So we are doing the central tendencies. We under that we considered the mode, finding the mean of group data and non-group data, finding the mean using an assumed mean, and so on and so forth. We found all these things, or we studied all these things. Now we are doing median, and basically, as we all know, median is normally the middle number of a group of numbers, or the middle number of raw data or raw figures when we are given. Now, before we can be able to find for the median, for instance, if you are given the median of a set of numbers or values, what we first have to do is we have to first arrange the numbers in order of magnitude. So when we say in order of magnitude, we are trying to say in order of size. So we can start arranging from in ascending order or descending order. Now, from there, if n is odd, then the median is the middle item. So if n is odd, that means if the set of numbers are odd, then that means the median is the middle item. Is the middle item. Then that means we are going to use half into bracket n plus 1. Half into bracket n plus 1. Now from there, if it is even, then that means we are going to find for half into bracket n and half into bracket n plus 1. We are going to do all these things. So for instance, let us find the median of the following set. And so we've been given, find the median of the following set. Find the median of the following set. Now, so we are given 2, 1, 2, 3, 5. So these are the set of numbers you've been given. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to arrange them. So we first start 1, then we start 2, 2, 3, 5. That's the first thing we are going to do. Now the second thing we are going to do is we are going to find for n. Before we find for n, we have to count the number of this thing. So the number of individuals here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means n is equal to 5. Now, one will bear with me that we can right away look at the set of numbers and just be able to detect that the middle number is 2 here. However, if you still want to use the formula system, then that means the formula states that this 5 is an odd number. And so if it is an odd number, you always get the middle number being the median. However, you can also do it this way. So you can do, using the formula system, is half into bracket n plus 1, where n is the number of this thing, the number of set of numbers. So this will be 5 plus 6, right? 5 plus 1, sorry. So we are going to get 6. Now 6 divided by 2, what are we getting? So our median will be, what are you getting, please? It's 3. 3. So the 3 means that the third number of the distance. So the 3 is third here. So it means that the third number of the set of numbers. So now we come and start 1, 2, 3. So this is the third number of the set of numbers given. And so now our median becomes, what is the third number here?
2.
So our median is 2. So this formula helps us to get the position. Are we getting it? It gives us the position. Then when we find a position, then help us locate what we call it, the number itself. Now let's do some more. So we have 3, 7, 2, 9, 8, 11, 12. So please, let's arrange it. Arranging it, what are we going to get? 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. So let's count the set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right away we can say that our distance will be what? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it will be 8, right?
Yes.
8. However, let's use the formula system. So it will be half into bracket n plus 1, and n is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus 1. So we are going to get 8 divided by 2, which will give us 4. So this will be the fourth number. Now looking at the fourth number from here, we are 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the fourth number. So our answer is 8. The fourth number is 8. So therefore our median is 8. Our median is equal to 8. Now let's see if we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's do that of an even number. So we have 2, 1, 3, 5, 4, 4. 4 slash. Now looking at these numbers, how many set of numbers do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's an even number. Now with the even number, we have two formulas we are going to use. The formula is we are first going to find for 1 half, what do you call it? Half times n. Half into bracket the nth number. Sorry. Then from there, we are also going to use so then we are also going to use half 2 into bracket n plus 1. So this is what we are going to do. So the first thing we are going to do is, what are you going to do? I'm going to rearrange it. So rearranging this, what are you going to get? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. Now, so the first, this one, what are you going to get? Half into bracket 6, right? Which will give us 3. That will be the third. Third. So we have the first one. Then the second one, 2. Half into bracket n plus 1. What are you getting? Half into bracket n plus 1. So please, it's supposed to be something like this instead. So this will give us 3 plus 1, which will give us 4. Do you get it? When I put 6 here, it's 6 into bracket 6 times half will give us 3. 3 plus 1 will give us 4. So this one will be 4. So this will be the fourth number. So what we are going to do, if you have an even number, we are going to this thing, add the third and the fourth number, then we divide by 2 to give us our median. And so the third number here is what? 1, 2, 3. The fourth number is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the fourth number. So now our third and fourth numbers are 3 and 5 and 5. So to find for the median, the middle number, what are going to do? We are going to add the 3 and 5 and divide by 2. So it will be 3 plus 5 all divided by 2. What are you getting? This will give us 4. So our median is 4. Oh, I'm wrong. So the third number is, so the third and the fourth items are 3 and 4. What is it? 3 and 4. Okay, so 3 and 4, sorry, not 3 and 5. After arranging it will be 3 and 4, sorry. 3 and 4. So this one will be 4. So this one will be 3.5. 3.5. So 3.5 will be a median. So on the other hand, the only thing you have to do is when you have an odd number, the middle number is always your median. Now when you have a mean, an even number, you realize that the median now becomes 2. The middle numbers now become 2. So what you do is you arrange them, then you add the 2 middle numbers, then you divide by 2. So here after arranging 1, 2, 1, 2. So we have 2 middle numbers here. So the only thing we can do is just to add the 2 numbers and divide by 2. That is a long thing we've done here using this formula. I hope I made myself clear.
Yes, sir.
Oh, please. Moin is not the only person here. Anyone else? I hope I made myself clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let us also look out for finding the median from an ungrouped frequency distribution. An ungrouped frequency distribution. So median from an ungrouped frequency distribution. So median median from an ungrouped frequency distribution. So that is it. Now the step one we are going to do is we first have to find for the total frequency, which is sigma f. Total frequency, which is sigma f or n. So capital N. So you first step one, you first have to find for total frequency of total frequency. That will be sigma f or capital N. Then number two, what you are going to do is if n is odd, then the median is half if n is odd. So if n or if sigma f is odd, if n is the same as sigma f in this case, is odd, then our median will be median will be median will be equal to half into bracket capital N or sigma f plus 1, like the first one we did now, or half into bracket n plus 1. That's the same thing. So for instance, if sigma f is 29, then our median will be 29 plus 1 divided by 2, which will give us 15. So we go and look for the 15th number of this and then trace it. We will do it. We will do example. So that now if n is even, if n or sigma f is even, then we are going to use the same formula. So we are going to use the same formula like this. So we are going to use half into bracket n. This is capital N to bracket n, and half into bracket n plus 1. I hope I made myself clear. So let's try an example. So the table gives, we are trying an example. The table gives the number of the accidents. So let me just listen. So the table gives the number of accidents had by 60 drivers last year. The table gives the number of accidents had by 60 drivers last year. What is the median of these data? What is the median of these data? What is the median of these data? And so we are going to look at the data and see how best we can listen. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. So the first one is the number of accidents. So number of accidents. This will be ACC. The next one will be the number of drivers. In other words, the frequency. Number of drivers. Now here is 0. Let me change the distance. Here is 1 5. Here's 2. Here's 6. Here's 3. There's 19. Then we have 4 here. We have 5 here. We have 5. We have 3 here. We have 6. We have 2. We have 7. We have 1. So the first one is 0, 15, 1, 9, 2, 6, 2, 6, 3, 19, 4, 5, 5, 3, 6, 2, 7, 1. And so looking at this, we are first going to find for the total frequency, and this is frequency. So what will be our total frequency? We are going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are going to add all of them. What are you getting for sigma f? Someone should use a calculator. What are you getting for sigma f?
60.
60, eh? Okay, so sigma f is 60. And 60 is it odd or even?
Even.
And so 60 is even. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to find for the first one half. Listen, so we are going to get 30 and we are going to get 31. I hope I made myself clear. When I say 30, I'm just trying to say this one. If it is
Yes, sir.
If it is even, then we are first going to find for this half of n or sigma f. That will give us 30. Then we are going to do this will give us 31. Now what we are going to do is we are going to locate these positions. Now these are positions. So let's say 30th, 31st. So I'm going to locate where these positions, where these positions will be using the frequency. Then we are going to trace it to its corresponding number of accidents, and that will give us a distance. So 30, let's look at 15 plus 9 will give us 24, right? 24 plus 6 will give us 30. So you can say that the 30th mark here is a 6. Or here will be the 30th mark. Let me put it that way. So here will be the 30th mark. Now, then you bear with me that after this, the 31, the 31st mark will be here. Will be in this. So this one plus 30 plus 9 will give us 49. But the 31st will be here. It won't be here. It will be here. So the 31st mark will be on the 19th too. So here will be the 31st mark. It will be in that distance. So now when we finish, what we are going to do, we are going to trace this to its corresponding number of accidents. So just as we did for the next one. So when we trace this, we are going to get 3. When we trace, we are going to get 2. So here we are going to get, to find for the median, we are going to add the 2. 2 plus 3 divided by 2. So our median will become median MD is equal to half into brackets. This will be 2 plus 3. So 2 plus 3. And that will give us, I think, 2.5. That will give us 2.5. I hope I made myself clear.
Yes, sir.
So that is it. So when we are giving this, and if it was to be even, If it was to be odd, you just simply just find for the what do you call it, the total frequency, then you divide by 2. And so for instance, if it was to be let me say if it was to be 29 or any of the distance, you just you just add 1 to it, and then you divide by 2. So if it was maybe for instance 29, you just add plus 1, that will give us 30, divide by 2, that will give us 15. Then we come and trace the 15th mark here. You come and trace the 15th mark here, then you find its corresponding number of accident or something, or class mark. I hope you get it. Hello, do we get it? Do we all get it?
Yes.
Where are the rest? The rest, talk to me so that I know you get it. Then I can move on. Oh, the rest, talk to me. Ruben, I hope you are all fine.
Yes.
So that is it. Now let's move on to the second part of statistics 2. Statistics 2. Statistics 2. So another statistics 2, what you are first going to do, you have to revise what we did in statistics 1, but I've already taught you this, so no need. Then from there we are going to do cumulative frequency tables, drawing cumulative frequency tables. Then from there we are also going to look at what do you call it, finding the quartiles, percentiles, deciles, and the rest. We are going to look at that. We are going to also look at finding the lower quartile, upper quartile, the rest from the graph. Then maybe do interquartile range, semi-interquartile range. Then we look for the mean deviation and the rest. And so let's kickstart. Let's start with the cumulative frequency tables. I believe I've already taught you how to find for the mean and the rest using sigma fx all over sigma f. I've already taught you how to do it. When you're given an assumed mean, I've already taught you how you're going to do it. So please, we are just moving straight to finding the cumulative frequency tables and diagram. So and diagram. So a cumulative frequency table can be made from a frequency table. So normally it is made from a frequency table. The normal frequency tables we know. When a class ends, you join again. It's known from the normal frequency table we know. Sometimes you may want to know the number of students who received marks less than a known value. So we are going to talk about that. Now, this information is usually contained in a cumulative frequency table. Usually, you know, normally in a JHS and SHS, we are used to the cumulative frequency. Cumulative, we are used to the cumulative frequency distance. So it's just transferring that into what we do, what we are going to do. And so usually cumulative frequency tables are constructed on less than basis as shown in the illustrative example. We are going to do all, I'm going to teach you all those things and this thing. So for instance, if you have a grouped data, when you talk of a group data, maybe from 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, you are going to find its cumulative frequency and so on and so forth. And so using the max less than or max less than or something. And so I'm just going to teach you how it works. And so now let's find for the following is the frequency distribution table of the marks scored by 120 candidates in an examination. The following is the frequency distribution table of marks scored by 120 candidates in an examination. Now the marks, the first one is marks. And so we are first going to do with the marks. So So that's max in percentage. And next one is frequency. So this is 6. So yeah, there will be 31, moving to 40. And this will give us 7. So this one with 41 to 50. So let's say this one is 14. Now we are going to find for the cumulative frequency. The cumulative frequency. So the cumulative frequency of the table below will be what we are first going to do is we are going to use the class boundary and so on and so forth. Like, but this one, we are not going to use the midpoint. What we are going to do is either we divide this into 2 and we add 1 to this, we add half to this, or we subtract half to this. So whichever way you are going to do it, that's up to you. And so let's say if I divide 1 into 2, what am I going to get? 0.5. And so what I'm going to do is the first one here will be, so you write max less than. You always have to write that max less than. Less than. So here will be the cumulative frequency. Here we are not going to use the normal frequency. This is the normal frequency. We are going to use the cumulative frequency. So let's say cumulative frequency. So this one is 1 to 10, and I said so max. So we can have 10.5. 10.5. Then the next one is 20.5. So we are always going to use the upper distance boundary. We are always going to use the upper boundary. So this one will be, then we add a half to it, the half of this. So this will be 20.5. 20.5. Then we can also have 30.5. Yeah, we can also have 40.5 here. You can also get 50.5. 50.5. Now with the cumulative, what you are going to do is the first one here is 0. So we are always going to repeat the first one. And the second one will be this 0 plus the frequency of this. That's why it's cumulative. Added. Cumulative. So the second one will be this plus this. So then we are going to get 0 plus 2 here. That will give us 6. Then we come and add the answer we get from here. We come and add it to this one. And so we are going to get 2 plus 6. That will give us 8. Then from there, this 8 we had here, from this, we come and add it to this 7. That will give us 15. Then a 15 here, you come and add it to the last one. That will give us 14. Sorry, 29. Sorry, 29. 29. So this will be our cumulative frequency, CF. You know, it's very simple. On the other hand, we could have started from 9.5 You subtract the 0.5 from this and you start 9.5, 19.5, 30, 29.5, and so on and so forth. We can do it, we can equally do it that way. So whichever way, it should be the same. It should run through. It should be the same. And that's cumulative. That's a cumulative frequency. So that is basically it. So this is, we first always maintain the first one because there's nothing before this. So we first maintain this one 0. Then from there we come and add it to the, going to this, we come and add this 0 to this. That will give us the second one. Then the ones we've accumulated here, we come and add it to this one. Then from there we come and add it to this and this. Now when you go to the university, we were using a cumulative system. So when you go to the university, what they do is every mark you get, when you go to level 100, every mark you get, it is recorded. Every mark you get. So for instance, maybe first semester, I had maybe maths 100. I had all A's at the university. An A is four. An A is 4. And like the way you be saying maybe A and 90 to this and as an A is 4, and a B is, I think, a B plus is 3.5, a B is 3, and so on and so forth. Like we use our grade point system. So that is how we do it. Now what we do is at the end of the semester, we after all the subjects you did in the semester, we divide it by the total number of hours you spent in class. So every, when you go to university, every week, for instance, like the way you know that every week maths you have 3 hours of maths, or you do 3 hours of maths. That's how it is. So that means every week you do 3 hours of maths. At the end of the day, we know that the whole semester what you are going to do. We divide it by the total marks. Then as we progress, we add it. So the final year, so it is cumulative. So if last semester I had maybe 3.5 as my grade point to this thing, the following semester if I had 3.5, I'll add it to it and divide by 2. Add, so by the time you complete university, then we divide it by the number of semesters you spent in school. And so I spent 8 semesters in school, which is 8 terms. So if each term I had 4.0, that means at the end of the year, 4.0 divided by what do you call it? At the end of the day, 4.0 times 4 will give me 16. 16 divided by 4 by 8 should give me the distance. Then you are good to go. That is how they do it. By the time you realize that will inform the school that, oh, you had first class or second class or third class, and so it is cumulative. This thing will end very soon. Then you join again. Then we uh, continue.